Okay, I want you to focus here. Let's focus right now on the ball on the rake. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself right now, and the person that's holding the rake is thinking the same thing, that is the most disgusting tennis ball I've ever seen. It's covered in gook, mud, globs of stuff all over it. It's slimy and wet. But look at the dog. Look how she's just staring at it like it's a piece of meat. All she wants to do is grab it and run with it. All she wants to do is have you throw it down and have her chase after it. She wants to play with that ball more than ever. It's like she's never ever wanted something more in her life. So what am I trying to say here? When you're thinking about marketing something, let's say you have a product. Let's say you have a product you want to offer, but you don't really necessarily think that it's the greatest product. Well, just because you don't think it's the greatest product doesn't mean that the people that see it are going to think the same thing. You think that ball is disgusting, but the dog, she thinks it's the best tasting thing in the world. And she wants it more than ever, right? Well, you have to think of your marketing that way. Because maybe you don't live in a specific area where you think you can go out and make videos and take pictures of stuff that really people aren't going to be attracted to, because you don't think that, because you think you're not attracted to it, or you don't like where you are, you don't like the situation you're in. Well, guess what? The people that are looking outside, looking in at your situation, or looking in at your product, or in at your content, whatever it is, they are going to see it a totally different way. So just like this dog wants that tennis ball more than ever, and it's the most disgusting thing that you've ever seen, is that any dog has ever played with. Is pretty gross. That's why it's being held by a rake, right? That might be how you think about your marketing and the stuff that you put out, or a picture you might post up, or whatever it is. But just know this: there's always somebody that's going to appreciate it. What's that saying? It's like, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Well, that ball is pretty much trash to you, but look at how that dog wants it so badly. That's her treasure right there. So you never know who's going to appreciate what you put out there for them. You might be somewhere and you might be able to take a video of waterfall, or a smokestack, or bales of hay, or wherever you are, where people have never seen that before, right? So you never know who is going to appreciate what you have around you. So even though you may not see it, you may neglect it, you have to appreciate the fact that there's people out there that have never seen it and never experienced it, the things that you experience. And they're going to appreciate it so much more. So you have to be able to share it with them and know that there are people out there that want to see what you have to offer. Just like this little white dog here, right? He's already got that thing in his mouth, and he's just waiting for her to grab her piece and run with that so they can play together. So there's other people out there as well. It's not just one person who's gonna like that ugly ball, right? So you gotta think to yourself, how can I share my life with people? How can I share what's around me with my marketing? So when you're marketing your product or yourself, you're branding yourself, how can you share what you have gone through? How can you share pictures of your life? And how can you share experiences? My name's Jeremy Paul Morgan, and the dog you see here is Belle. She's my black lab Alaskan Malamute mix that passed away a little over a year ago. and she was the most precious thing. I got her for free. I really gave her to my mother, but I always considered her as my dog too. I got her for free when I was in the Marine Corps as a puppy. I brought her home to my mother when she was just about a month or so old, maybe a couple months old, and drove home from North Carolina all the way to Connecticut. And instead of a regular 12-hour drive, it was about 18-19-hour drive because we hit a serious snowstorm going through Virginia. But I was riding in the back seat with another Marine and his wife. They actually were from a town over from me, so I drove up for Christmas with them. And I had her as a puppy in a box, and I had her brother. So I got to sit in the back of the car for that entire ride with two little puppies. So it definitely made for a better experience. But the white dog is Bailey, and that is actually my sister's dog. And he's still alive and kicking, and he's still just as playful as he is now. And he loves to play with my chocolate lab, and his name is Brownie. Well, I'm going to show you a picture of Brownie in a second, but I want to actually just share that with you. You know, it's something that's a part of my life. I love dogs. I grew up around them. But just remember the ball, the dirty ball. That disgusting, gross, nasty ball is all she ever wanted to play with. So you have to understand that the things that are around you, there's other people that are going to want to see it. It doesn't matter what it is. You might not even notice it. But I want you to, as you go about with your marketing and go about your day, just be more aware of what's around you, what you can actually utilize. Because you never know just how inspiring it could be to someone else. And that's what people respond to. That's what people like to see. They don't respond to things that, you know, all these promises and empty promises and, oh, we can give you this, we can give you that, we have the best product, blah, 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 blah. No, they respond to things that inspire them, things that are real, things that they can relate to, things that they've never seen before but would love to see. So just think about that when you're continuing on in your journey and your marketing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one. This is me and Brownie. He's the biggest baby in the world. He's almost 100-pound lab, and he's the most precious thing to me other than my daughter. He's just an amazing dog, and he lights up my life. Without him, you know, I'd be a sad guy. But that's my buddy right there, and I hope you like him, and I hope you enjoy this video. Take care.